Hello, YouTube. So here's our plan for today. Today we're going to be doing a drawing. I'm going to kind of do a guided drawing. You feel free to draw along with me, or I'm going to make the assignment and you're going to do the same thing I'm going to do, and you can draw whatever you want. It's up to you. So if you recall, the last time we were talking, we did a drawing in our sketchbook of mayonnaise couple on a beach. So we did that kind of upside down in your sketchbook. And the reason I did that is because I didn't want you to know what you were drawing. I only wanted you to pay attention to the process that the artist uses, which is to compose the image with space, shape, form, value, texture, line. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to do a quickie little drawing. Hey Siri, set a timer for, oops, Siri's not paying attention to me. So I'd set a timer for 15 minutes. So we're going to do a quick little drawing here, a little 15-minute drawing, and you're going to watch, and then you're going to do the same thing basically. So if you recall the other day, I was talking about, every time that an artist works, the first thing they need to do is they need to kind of organize their space and, figure out how they're going to compose. And one of the things I said we were going to do is, or that an artist could do is paint a dragon on the side of a car. So I decided that that's what we're going to do. So I chose one of the coolest cars. I chose a Dodge Challenger here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a dragon on the side of this car. So as an artist, you set yourself up for a couple of problems here. There's a couple of, things that affect what you're going to do. It's a very long and sort of narrow space that you're going to be working in. So this space, let me just draw this here. Oops, that's too big. So draw this, kind of come down here. So if I turn off the car, here's the space that you're working in. That is a long, rectangular, skinny little space to work in. And that's, that's a bit of a challenge to fit what you want to fit in there. Not only that, you have these kind of wheel well shapes here that get in the way of your space. And you have things like, gas caps. Here's the edge of the door, the back door here, lights, and there's just stuff that's happening here. If you notice, there's like a separation. So there's like an up and a down right on this seam. So there's like the door and the side panels are not flat. They kind of have that angle to them. So all of that stuff is stuff that you have to kind of pay attention to as you compose. So, there's a certain bit of trickiness that goes along with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop right in here, and we're going to do this drawing on the side of this car. I'm going to turn the car off so it doesn't confuse us. You can see there, with the wheel wells and stuff, how am I going to fit this on here? This area in here, that's a pretty small little area there. So what am I going to do? So what I've kind of decided I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dragon's head, and I'm going to bring it right up here, and I'm going to do, this is a little low, so I'm going to do kind of a wedge shape right there. That's going to be the dragon's head. So it's going to be right on the crease of that door. And then I'm going to have his body kind of curl back around this wheel well, like so. And then I'm going to have it loop. So he's got a nice Asian-y dragon, so I'm going to have this loop around. So I'm bringing his tail up like so. And then I'm going to bring that, and I'm going to kind of wrap it around the body of the dragon itself. So if you kind of see what I'm doing there. Oops, wrong button. So I'm bringing that tail around like so. Yeah. Now, when you do it, you certainly don't have to do all these fancy shenanigans. I'm just playing at this point. So I've got the tail coming this way, and I'm going to bring this tail up into the hood of the car. So I'll bring it kind of like, bring it around like so, maybe. Let's do a little swirl in there. So that's okay, not bad. There's a little funky business going on in the composition up here, but maybe we can kind of work that out when we get to it. All right, so we've got the basic space organized. We've accounted for these wheel wells. We've organized this side of this car door here so we know where stuff's going to happen. So what we're going to start doing now is we're going to move on. So we've got the basic shapes and forms, but now we want to start refining those shapes and forms and look for, irregularities and lumps and bumps and whatever. And we're also going to start thinking a little bit about value. So I'm going to kind of open that up a little bit. I got too a little scribbly. So we're going to think a little bit about value when we come in here. So I'm going to change my pen, and I'm going to do a little inking. I'll do a little syrupy pen here, and I'm going to darken this line up here, and we'll just start drawing right here. All right, so I'm going to start in the head because, of course, the head's going to be the most fun. And I've decided that this is going to be an Asian dragon. So I'm going to put his eye right here, and I'll just kind of like so. And an Asian dragon looks a little different than a kind of a Western dragon. A Western dragon is a little bit more serpent-like, and a Asian dragon, to me, looks a little bit more lion-like. So what I'm doing here is I am just, how do you say in English? I am just playing with the shapes and forms here. And I'm going to give him kind of a beard that trails down here, like so. And I'm going to, what else? I'm going to give him kind of a mustache because they have that. And I'll put some teeths in here. Ooh, look at them teeths, looking good. And I'm just putting in the basic shapes and kind of playing with that. And then I'm going to put his bottom teeth in like so. All right, so that's kind of the head there, sort of. And now we're going to do like, that kind of that lion's mane looking part of it. So I'll just kind of bring that back here all nice and swirly curly-ish. So this is going to be the mane of the lion, of the dragon. And I'm going to now kind of start going on the body. I've got another 8 minutes. So I'm going to put his shoulder right there, and I'm going to move it a little bit. I'm going to bring his arm down, and I'm going to do like kind of a big claw. And the way that an Asian dragon's claws are, they're very spread out. They're kind of open and kind of like that. Not really like that, but that's good enough for now. A little sketchy. And then I'm going to bring the body back like so. It's a little thick in here, but I'm not going to fuss. So I'm just kind of bringing that in. Basic shapes. Just kind of not worrying about it too much at this point. I think I'm going to bring the other arm up here. So he's got the other arm kind of sticking up and kind of making a claw. So we'll do that. They usually have kind of their claws like that. The Asian dragons do. All right, so we're just playing around here, nothing too fancy. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to bring this body back around and bring it up like so, and then I'm going to wrap the dragony tail around his own body like so. And you'll forgive all my nonsense here. I'm going to take my blues and I'm going to fade those down so we can just see our dragon a little bit more, so you can see kind of what I'm doing. At this point, I might even start, let me focus on what I'm doing. I'll bring this on up here. I'm going to go ahead and get the tail going all the way through here, and then bring that back around so we can kind of see that tail like so. If I really wanted to get tricky, I'd try to wrap it around his hand or something, but anyway. So, all right, we got this. Now I'm going to just real quick start throwing in some texture, some scales, because, what's a dragon without scales? And I'm going to start drawing in some, I don't know what, the facial features here. The face is, of course, going to be the most important part. And I'll kind of like so, and bring that around. Kind of get some scales going in there, and bring this and kind of make some extra wavy business. I'm trying to go fast here so I don't run out of time. I could set whatever time I want. It's my video. I could make it whatever time I want. So anyway, we've got kind of the head here. I'm going to just fiddle with these arms and legs just a tad. Oops. So I'm going to kind of get some shoulders going here and get that. And they usually have like some little flame things that stick off of here. So I'm just going to kind of put a little flamey flames that stick off the... All right, now I'm going to kind of come in here and repair this ugly hand a bit. So, and again, they kind of have like, they make like claw shapes. So I did not do a very good sketch there. So I'm going to bring this claw up like so. We'll get a little big, and I'll bring this one kind of around a little bit. That's a hot mess, that's what that is. And then we'll bring this claw. Ugh, terrible. Well, I'm trying to go fast, and fast is sometimes not good. So we'll bring that, get rid of that horrible thing. And so we got this claw, and then we'll do one more terrible claw right there. Anyway, you'll forgive me. I'm trying to go fast. And and I'm going to clean this up a little bit just so we can see what's going on here. And bring this hand up here. We'll put another little flamity flame looking thing here on his elbow. It'd probably help me if I would have looked at a photo reference before I started this thing, but oh well, there you have it. So we got that. So that hand looks a little bit more reasonable, not a hot dang mess like this other one. And I'm going to kind of give his back, I'm going to kind of give him a like kind of a alligator-y texture on the back here. It'd be cool if we had time to do kind of an alligator pattern on an alligator scales on his body. All right, so again, I'm playing here. I'm gonna get this, doing the, so I'm wrapping that body around here like so, bringing that up around like so. And there's a few dead spots in our composition, but I'm down to 2 minutes. So here, let's do this. What we've done is we've made some decisions about putting this Asian dragon on the side of a car. So let's do that. Let's turn our car back on. And so here is our dragon. I am not going to say that, well, I do hate it. It is terrible. It would be a terrible thing to do to a beautiful Challenger to put this on there. But we could start. We could start thinking about even like putting some color in there. We'll see. Yeah. So do we hate this? Well, yes, we do. But you can see the thought process involved in what's going on here. So I'm just dropping some, oops, wrong one. I'm just dropping some color in here so you can see what's happening. Too bad I gotta get rid of those fingers off the window. Tell you here, we'll do one last little trick and then we'll be done. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna get that red from that break there, and I'm gonna take that red and I'm gonna put it into the eye because that would be cool. And we'll start putting a little bit of that red in there, and that'll look nifty. So do we hate this dragon design for this car? Yes, but it has potential, I guess. It's not the worst thing you ever saw. But all right, you get the picture. So here's your assignment. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to draw a design to go onto the side of a car, and you don't have to do a dragon, you can do whatever you want, but you need to take into consideration the space. So if you have digital and you want to do like I did and do a layer, that's fine. If you want to trace on top of a picture of an existing car with some thin typing paper, that's fine. If you just want to draw your car and then draw on the side of it, that's fine too. If you want to do the dragon, cool, have at it. So yeah, you're going to do this here design, and you do yourself a design, and there you go. All right, well, take care of yourself, wear a mask, especially around your elderly relatives and friends.